Hey there, friends of the forest. Agent Umpqua here for Umfowars. I mentioned dispersed camping a lot, and I always get questions like, hey, what the fuck is dispersed camping? Well, basically, since we own the federal forest, the state, national, whatever, we own all that with our taxes, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it out there. You can't just go cut it down and all that shit, but you can go camp wherever you want. Dispersed camping, it means you can go camp anywhere you want in the fucking forest, as long as like you adhere to a few little rules that the government sets up. You know what I mean? So this is what my family does. That way we don't have to deal with the going and checking in or making reservations or any of that shit. We don't have to deal with people. We don't have to deal with fucking whole bunch of people playing music down by the lake while we're trying to just relax. Motherfuckers piss me off more than anything when you get up to a really nice campsite and somebody's just blasting music. So we disperse camp, which means we go out in the middle of fucking nowhere and just park and we stay there. And dispersed camping, you can be wherever the fuck you want for it's either 14 days in the state, 16 days in the federal. Then you just have to move within like 5 miles or something like that, and you can stay another 16 days. We just do it for a few days at a time, so that part doesn't matter. But let's go ahead and go through what dispersed camping is. So this here is from the Forest Service website, USDA, United States District Department of Agriculture, Forest Service. Fuck ever. It's from the Forest Service, from the feds. What is dispersed camping? Many people enjoy the solitude and primitive experience of camping away from developed campgrounds and other campers. Dispersed camping is the term used for camping anywhere in the national forest outside of a designated campground. So basically all the shit I just said, you're not in a campground, there's no shitter, there's no showers, there's basically nothing. There's usually not even a picnic table or anything like that. What we do, we drive out to where we find a clearing and then we just park. And then we send coordinates, drive back to service, send GPS coordinates to the family, and then they go to those coordinates and we all just meet there. You don't even need permits and shit to do it. Like it says right here, groups of 75 people who wish to use the forest need to obtain a special use permit, but you don't have to pay for it. There's no fee. And you just go to the, like, if you were going to do it here in Umpqua National Forest, you would just go over to the BLM down here, Bureau of Land Management, and get a thing from them, or go to the Forest Service, and grab a permit from them, and you can do whatever the hell you want. They'll find the shit out of it if you don't clean it up. So you got to make sure you clean up. And like this says down here, where can I disperse camp? Well, technically you can disperse camp anywhere the fuck you want. Okay? Because it's your fucking property. The federal government can't tell you what you can and cannot do with your own fucking property. So, remember the Occupy guys that went and slept in the fucking put up tents in the parking lot of the BLM and the Forest Service? That's dispersed camping. They were allowed to camp on federal property. Nothing they can do about it. They just have to move hour by 5 feet after 16 days. Move the road 5 miles, 16 days. So, like, the things they don't want you to do when you're dispersed camping is not fuck shit up, basically. Like right in here where it says, typically dispersed camping is not allowed in the vicinity of a developed recreation area, such as campgrounds and all that. So don't just find a nice campground and drive around the corner and park right there. You usually go dispersed camping. We're pretty way the fuck out there. We're out in the middle of Umpqua National Forest. There ain't no services or nothing. But don't just find a site and go park across the street and think this is good. Actually, during the Oregon standoff, there was a couple of guys that tried to claim they were dispersed camping, but they got in trouble because they were too close to a roadway. Even though in the state of Oregon, on state-owned lands, I believe it's 14 days. It says here that 16 days for federal. But in the state, as far as I knew, it was 14 days. And these guys at the Oregon standoff were I think within 20 feet of the road. They basically just pulled to the side of the road and set up their tents. And they're like, whatever, we have the right to do this. And the feds and the sheriff was like, no, you fucking don't. Pack it up, move, dipshits. Either go to the refuge with the other assholes or fucking move along. So they packed up their shit and moved along. That was out there along Lavoy Finicum Memorial Highway. Had they just went out like another 30, 40 feet, they probably would have been okay, and the cops wouldn't have sent a damn thing to them. We've camped right next to the highway back there, no problem. We fucking drove the RV right off a side road and parked right there and been good to go, and nobody said nothing to us for days. How to pick campsite. If you're going to an area where there's a camp before, pick a site that has been used before. So don't make your own site, I guess. Plants, soils, wildlife. Don't fuck shit up. Basically, is what they're saying right here. If there's any way you could go out and go camping without fucking shit up, they would appreciate it. Leave no trace. I don't know what leave no trace guidelines even fucking means, or what the guidelines are, but leave no trace means just make it look like you weren't there when you leave. Pick up your shit, take a garbage bag, shit in a bag. Don't shit in the forest and just leave it. If you do, bury it. Don't be one of them people that just goes and shits right next to the fucking road and leaves your toilet paper out there. It's like $20 to get a fucking toilet seat with a little stand, and you shit right in a bag, and you just take it back down to the fucking nearest store and throw it in the trash can. Don't worry about it. Throw it in the back of the truck. Stick your shit bag in the back of your Prius and run it down to the store, would you? Don't be an asshole. Anyway, don't camp in the middle of a clearing or a meadow. Try to make your campsite less visible so that other visitors will see a wild setting. That's actually a good point right there, is you don't want people to pull up and think like, hey, look, there's a campground right here. What we do, though, however, my wife and my son and I, is we go out to these we go out into the national forest and we find campgrounds that have been shut down. Either they were defunded, shut down due to fire, lack of use, vandalism, whatever. Usually all they do is put a log across the front and take the shitter out and the picnic tables out. But you can still see clearly that there's fire pit, there's areas where people camped, there's like an actual campground still kind of there. Those are the places we disperse camp at. There's 5 of them that we know of that are really nice ones, that there's just a log block on the road. And nobody gives a shit in our family if we got to walk, about a mile to get to your campsite. We just park at the log, walk the mile, and we've got this whole campsite to ourselves. Right next to the lake, right next to a river, right next to a creek. So, it has its advantages. You just got to shit in a bag, like you said. Can have a campfire. Please use existing sites and fire rings. This is actually some good information when it comes to dispersed camping. Don't be a fucking dick when it comes to your fire. This is what get a lot of people in trouble, and this is what get a lot of us kicked out of the woods, is people being assholes with fire. Build a small little fire and keep warm. Don't fuck around, don't pour gas on it, don't go shooting your tannerite in the middle of fucking summer. Just, come on. Be fucking reasonable, stay warm, and go to bed, would you? But anyway, they've got more guidelines than I do. My idea is just to don't be a fucking dipshit for most of this stuff. Tips for safe, low-impact campfires. Use existing fire rings. Minimize the scarring of new rocks, soil, and plants. Use existing fire rings again. Whoever wrote this shit's redundant as fuck. It's the same stuff. Don't cut off branches of live trees. If a popular camping area does not have dead wood on the ground, please bring your own firewood. So that's one thing, is that you can almost always find wood up there that's some of these trees are blown down, broken down, or whatnot. If trees are already down, fair game, cut it. Go throw it in your fire. Nobody gives a shit. Just don't leave your fire burning and walk away. Just don't fuck it up, Be extremely safe about your goddamn fire. That's the part that pisses me off the most, is that people are careless as shit. No, I mean, that might not be the part that pisses me off the most when it comes to this. The next one here, this fucking water and toileting. So, water gets contaminated by visitors who do not take care of their human waste or their garbage and food properly. That needs way more than one goddamn sentence, to be honest with you, because the fucking people that just pull over and take a shit right on the side of the road, wipe their ass and throw their paper down, you can go fuck yourselves, man. That's disgusting. Alright? I mean, it's bad enough that people let their dogs shit wherever the fuck they want. Now you got humans driving around the woods just taking a dump on the side of the fucking road. No, dude. If you didn't take the proper steps to be prepared to take a shit in the woods, then you need to pick up your own fucking shit and carry it in your hand back down to a fucking garbage can somewhere and throw it in the trash yourself. Don't be a fuckhead. Dispersed camping means no bathrooms, no outhouses. This means extra care is to be taken in disposing of human waste. See? What did I say? To dispose of feces, dig a hole. At least 100 feet away from water source. When you're done, fill the hole with dirt. Take your toilet paper with you. You can throw your toilet paper in the fucking hole and bury it. Honestly, the paper in your hole is going to be less damaged than any of the fucking loggers have done up there over hundreds of years. So you can bury your toilet paper along with your shit. Not that big a deal. Never defecate or leave toilet paper on top of the ground. See, that's disgusting. You can easily get into a local water source for sure. You know, shit in my river. I'm gonna replace my "Don't tread on me" flag with a "Don't shit in my river" flag. And the last thing is when you're out dispersed camping, there isn't any water. You're not gonna have a tap you can turn on and just fill up your shit. We usually bring a 10-gallon water thing with us on the way up, and that's just the one to drink out of while we're camping. That's for a 2-day trip. We got a little one that we bring too, 5-gallon one, just for washing hands and dishes and stuff. So take some water when you disperse camp. Clean up your shit when you disperse camp. Don't leave any garbage when you disperse camp. And you can basically just drive around out in the fucking woods anywhere and stay wherever you want. Nobody gives a goddamn shit. It's really nice. It's free. Good time. Hell, I'd live out there if I had a nicer RV. Should probably start working on these donations. See if maybe I can disperse camp more often. Stay safe, dudes. Thanks for listening.